episode 36, part 2 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. Now, the road to Japan draws closer every day, and we'd like to urge you to join us in supporting the Kenya Simbas. Do this by jumping onto the hashtag Road to Japan. As you know, they are the superstars of rugby in Kenya. I'm Jemima Duffield.
This is Nyashi, official noisemaker.
Jeringus Kenyana.
So we start off with Bad Man of the Week. I think I'll throw that to you first.
Well, a couple of guys actually had a good game yesterday. I'll give a shout to Alex Olaba, debutant, first game for the Simbas. Had a fantastic game, scored a try, the second try of the match. Our wingers, let me put it that way. Dennis Muhanji as well also had a very good game. His defense was better than what you'd seen earlier. The substitute Samson and so that guy really was electric as well. But my bad man though still comes from the engine. Captain of the day, George Nyambua, number 7. His tackling was brilliant. The breakdown was fantastic, and when he had the ball, did some powerful runs, man. Scored the first try of the match. Mine is George Nyambua.
All right. And what about you?
I mean, a couple of guys, as you said, the wingers were very good. Dennis Muhanji, Alex Olaba, Oliver Manyeni in the lineouts was very good. But for me, my bad man of the week was Elkin Simpson, number 6, blindside flanker. He actually created Olaba's try because he was on the offensive. He committed 2 guys, then offloaded the ball to Olaba. Therefore, Olaba had a clean path to the try. But more importantly, he was very effective at the breakdown in terms of turnover ball, in terms of forcing them into errors. And that's why, for me, Elkin Simpson was the guy who stood out yesterday.
I think guys' access is being sharpened.
And especially the back row. Especially the back row. So yeah. I think the guys who are currently in the back row should be apart from Chisanga.
But do you think it's a good thing though? That should we get the World Cup? These are the guys who will be playing then.
True.
Because we have the rest are quite in the latter stages
mature.
Of the career.
They would be the guys who would be playing, but also it's a good thing to see that against a team like Hong Kong, you have like 6-7 back rows who can actually step in. Yeah. Not forgetting by the guys like Dan Sikuta who haven't been chosen in this team, Tony Owor who's injured, Okombe who's injured. So I think it's a very good thing in terms of our pool of back rows.
Depth is there.
Yeah.
Well done to those boys. Now we move on to Rugby 101. As you know, every sport has its rules, and you can't know all the rules, so here we are to tell you what they are.
To educate you about the rules. So we're still going on with the amendments that were passed by the World Rugby Executive Committee. These rules, by the way, have already started being used in the Women's Rugby World Cup that's ongoing. So today we'll still be on the breakdown on the rack situation. And it's going to be about kicking the ball in the rack. So like when we were discussing about the rack, what we told guys was that you cannot use your hands in the rack, right? But guys are normally allowed to use your feet. In fact, we normally joke, guys normally say it's FIFA. That's the only time it's FIFA, right? Now, the rule that has been passed is that you cannot kick the ball forward. It has to be in a backward motion. So you cannot just kick the ball to disrupt it so that it's in open play. So you have to kick it towards your side.
Basically hook the ball.
Exactly. Basically hook the ball. So the reason they did this was just to make the laws consistent with the scrum laws. Exactly, like in terms of hooking. And of course the sanction for this is a full penalty if that happens. So that's our lesson for today.
All right. Yeah. So now moving on to Simba Focus. CAR chose a Rugby Africa Gold Cup Team of the Year. Yeah. Where we saw we've got 2 Kenyans. Yes. Then we have 3 Ugandans, 2 guys from Zim. Yeah. And then the rest are Zambians. I'm not even
Namibians.
Sorry. Yes, Namibians.
Yeah.
Yes. So what are your thoughts on?
Well, as expected though, it was expected. Since they won the tournament, as expected, most of the guys will come from their side because they really had a good outing of the Africa Gold Cup. Yeah. Yes. Must say where I really agree with them is the 3 quarters once again. Yeah, where you have Darwin Mkitsa, then you have what's his name, David Filanda.
Yeah,
at 11. Then we have Philip Okorach at 15.
Yes.
That is, I really concur with them. At 8, of course, Chisanga. Yeah. Forwards, So Brian Odongo was named as well, the captain for Uganda. It's really quite hard. He's had a good tournament. I agree. Yeah. The Bucks should have come from East Africa. Because we ran.
Yes, because we ran. I, to be honest, I don't agree with that list. Reason being, first, even in the selection was only Zimbabwe, Uganda, and Namibia media guys. There was no representation from the other nations in terms of choosing the team that came, 15. So I disagreed with the list in terms of I don't think the Zimbabwe scrum half, Hilton's Mudariki, was better than Samson Onsomo during this Rugby Africa Gold Cup. So that's one thing. Number two, I think Wilson Kopondo should have been there in the second row. He should have partnered one of the Namibian guys. So I think, first of all, you have only 3 countries choosing, so of course it's going to be filled with their guys. Then there are a couple of, Chisanga was a good pick, Mkhize was a good pick. OJ was actually he had a very good game.
Compared to David Finlanda?
Okay, fine, granted. You say Wokorach had a very good tournament. But there are just a couple of Conrad Pritchard, the Zimbabwe number 7, I think that was a good bet.
Good pick,
I would have actually gone with the Zim front row compared to the Namibia front row. So there are a couple of things that
I'd actually even put in Peter Carrier there.
Exactly, but there's a couple of things. For me, it's just the selection. How do you just choose 3 countries to represent for 6 countries?
Yeah.
So that was the issue for me.
All right.
How about the winger, the Senegalese winger?
Yes.
The Senegal winger.
Even
Oh gosh.
But even as games are being biased. It was just that one game.
I know it might have been just one game.
Yeah.
So moving on to the fact that KRU has confirmed that Kenya will take part in the Cup of Nations that will be in November in Hong Kong. That will have Hong Kong, Russia, and Kenya and Chile. What do you guys think of that? It's good, obviously, for us.
Definitely, it's a good opportunity for us guys. It will be good exposure for the boys. Let them play away in such a big tournament. Yeah, and an opportunity for us to polish up on where we are. We are yet to get there. Our forwards, our backs, they need to work on some few things. I think they can learn from that because the qualifiers are about to start next year. So I think it will be a nice experience for them. And also, Russia is ranked ahead of higher than us. Hong Kong, as of now,
I like that you said that.
as we should right now, they are ranked a position above us. So yeah, it's good to play these guys and see if we can get our rankings as well to a better position, maybe top 20 perhaps.
Yep.
Most importantly, top 20.
Well,
I can't say anything much different from what Ngusa said. It's good in terms of exposure for the boys, and I also like the fact that it's a 3-week tournament. Therefore, these guys are able to be in that setting for 3 weeks. It's like a camp sort of. So it's going to be good exposure for the boys, and competing against these nations. Like you said, Russia and Hong Kong are above us as we speak. Chile are not too far behind us. Position or 2 behind us, number 27. So it's going to be a good matchup for the boys. And I think whoever's going to be that 30-man squad is going to come back better, for lack of a better word. And it's good, as Gus is saying, as a good platform to the Rugby World Cup qualifiers next year.
So team building.
Yes.
All right, so moving on to international rugby, we had the Bledisloe Cup take place this past weekend. We had Australia versus New Zealand, where it was 34-54 to New Zealand. That's a 20-point difference. What did you think of that? Of course, Australia in the first half didn't play too well, but played much better in the second half.
Didn't play.
Didn't. Oh my word.
I think they came to one half. They came to play one half. They took a lot of time to settle in. Tackles were just very loose tackles. All Blacks were having a field day. Training us, if I may say. They're just training, I think, probably for South Africa. But Australia were really out of it. But come the second half, they outscored the New Zealand. It's a game of 2 halves for them, I think. But you must commend All Blacks' depth. Wow. These guys just get injured or be out of form for a little bit.
And you're done.
Because that team was not, it's not the strongest team that they fielded though. So, All Blacks, these guys are dangerous.
Australia have really gone down. I don't know what Michael Cheika is doing because he's tried, I think he's used, this year alone, he's used about 50 players in the Australia setup. So he hasn't gotten the right combination, and there are problems in Australia. And like someone was saying, when you let politics get into a union, then you can actually see it in the way they play, and that's what's happening in Australia. New Zealand, as Ngu said, had a full field day, and primarily, if you look at the team, that was quite team 2, especially the backs. You know, Damien McKenzie was having his first call up. You know, so Australia in problems. I don't think New Zealand was that good. I just think Australia were crap.
Okay.
You can see how they stepped up the second half. So it exposed a few errors on the New Zealand side. So yeah, the Shida too maybe union, as you said.
Yeah.
All right, there was another game that was SA versus Argentina, and that was 37-15 to SA. All right, I'll let you start since you're so pumped about it.
I think the score was flattering though for Springboks. So having won 37-15 didn't show it. It might tell you that, might show that the Jaguares, eh?
Yes.
Jaguares.
Yeah. The Argentina team. Yes.
The Jaguares
No, actually, sorry. Argentina is the Pumas.
The Pumas.
Yes.
Not Jaguares.
Jaguares is the team from
Super Rugby.
Yes.
Yeah. But it would show that those guys were not that good, but they really gave these guys a run for their money. So let's just wait and see how they'll face the All Blacks.
It's a good showing for SA. I think it's an improvement from what we've seen. There was a big gap after a core of the team left after the 2015 World Cup, so they dipped in 2016. But I see this. They actually look like they're coming back into shape. So we just have to wait and see how they're going to be playing the Rugby Championship.
All right, that's it for episode 36, part 2. Kenya hosts Hong Kong again this coming Saturday. That is August the 26th at 4 p.m. It'll be on a Saturday, so no excuse not to come. Remember, you can find us on social media. That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and also subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Demima Duffield.
This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
I'm Jerry Ngus Kenyana.
Patrick Ojikoni.
So let's make a Cody.